This week, our designers tee off in a luxury golf and spa resort here in Bonnie, Scotland. The pressure's on because it's a double elimination. 4.
Oi!
It's Hotels Week. 10 aspiring designers competing for one life-changing contract to transform a top cocktail bar. Last time,
It's such a lovely atmosphere.
the designers transformed classrooms in a nursery.
This is knocking it out of the park for me.
This is job number 1, but then I have 3 smaller jobs.
Monica ran out of time.
Just something that's not quite gelling for me in this room.
What time do you call this?
Joanne's room was off balance.
I find myself wondering, though, why this hasn't been mirrored on that side of the room.
It's what I imagined and more. It's great.
And Charlotte just hadn't done enough.
This space doesn't have an identity to me.
But Bousset's ambitious plan just didn't fit the brief.
It's not really going to work in an active daycare environment, is it?
Thank you. Next time.
It's week 3 of the competition and the designers are back in Brighton to find out about the next challenge.
Back again.
Here we are.
Yes, week 3. I'm excited. I'm raring to go.
Has anyone got any guesses for the brief?
Could be anything.
I don't trust Michelle. Because nursery's in week 2. Goodness knows what week 3 is going to be.
I'm trying to make it like third time lucky. I don't want to be on the sofa again.
I'm hoping it's going to be something straightforward.
As much as I love all my fellow teammates, I'm hoping that it's going to be something by ourselves this week because I really want to show what I can do as an individual.
Hi, guys. Hi. You live to design another week.
Yes.
How are we all feeling?
Good.
Yeah, good.
I know. Jack, congratulations last week. Have you got really confident now?
I'm staying humble.
Was your head too big for that sweatband?
No, never too big for that.
Strange, isn't it, having 2 empty seats here, because you're starting to make friendships, you know, there's people you really like, and people you hate as well. It is a competition.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. You feeling good?
Yeah.
That's good, because I think I've got a little treat for you. After 2 weeks of working in teams, I think for this challenge, it is time to go it alone. I'm taking you to the Mar Hall 5-star hotel in Scotland, where there are 8 individual rooms awaiting your genius.
The imposing Mar Hall is a 200-year-old former stately home on the banks of the River Clyde, where guests come to enjoy the spa facilities and golf surrounded by beautiful Scottish countryside. With 8 huge rooms in need of a 5-star makeover, the designers will be given one of 2 briefs.
So, 4 of you are going to be asked to design a room for the visitor in search of a really relaxing spa retreat, while the other 4 are going to be briefed to give me something more maximalist for the visitor in search of a truly memorable Scottish experience.
Rye, Charlotte, Peter, Tammy, you have the spa retreat brief.
Nice.
Of course, that means Joanne, Jack, Monica and Tom, you have the Scottish maximalist brief. And at the end of the challenge, the weakest designers will be in front of the judges on the sofa, and 2 of you will be going home.
Oh.
Enjoy Bonnie, Scotland. Good luck.
Done.
No way.
That's a quarter of us.
Pressure.
We just got a brief for outdoors, Scottish maximalism. It's kind of outside my normal wheelhouse, but I think I can really get my teeth into it.
I will say I am happy I don't have the spa. I've never been to a spa, and spa just seems like a white space for me, which is perfect for you, Peter.
I love calming spaces, so I can't wait to bring what I do to this next challenge.
I can't believe we're off to Bonnie, Scotland.
Oh, I know. It's going to be fun, isn't it?
How are they going to create a unique design with a Scottish twist?
When I think Scotland, I think passion. I think the pride of the people in their heritage, and I think that incredible location and landscape. So somehow they've got to take all of that and then channel it into the spa brief, which I think will be a bit more refined, relaxed, maybe quieter colours. And then on the other side, channel all of that inspiration into something that's maybe a bit more full-on and maximal.
So maximal, that's a word that fills people with dread. How big are they going to go? Do you want to see antlers? Do you want to see a tartan carpet? People dressed as Braveheart? What?
Maximal or maximalist is a very loaded word. Where people go wrong with that is they think it just means loads of stuff and clashing colours and clashing patterns, and it doesn't. It's just the opposite of quiet. So it's kind of a full-bodied red wine versus a quiet rosé.
Oh, you're making me thirsty. As the designers arrive in Bishopton...
Look at this!
This is glorious.
Who has this room?
They get to see their rooms in real life for the first time.
It's so big.
One wing will be taken on by the Scottish maximalists.
Let's go.
I'm really happy.
Feels real, doesn't it, this week? I'm really scared.
And the opposite end of the hotel will have the spa treatment.
Got a really nice view.
There is a hot tub outside.
With just 2 days and a budget of £2,000,
I love it.
they will each have a carpenter and decorator
Hello.
Dream team.
Yeah.
to help turn their design dreams into reality.
So this week I'm trying to do quite a lot because last week Michelle said I only focused on one thing. So I'm trying to do 2 big builds here, which hopefully are quite innovative.
Charlotte's spa retreat bedroom will follow a thistle theme featuring a lilac and green colour palette. Her big builds include a versatile desk cum vanity table in the window, and she'll be rearranging her room to create a new storage and dressing area behind a bespoke bedhead.
This is my room, what do you think?
You have a decent view.
Yeah, that's
so
what I'm
much
a bit
better.
worried about.
Why? What are you doing?
Well, because I've got, you know, you wake up and you see the view here, but I'm actually moving the bed over there.
Okay.
And turning it, so you won't wake up to a view.
So, are you going to change your design at all?
I'm sticking with it,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm just doing a quick rejig of the layout with the existing furniture, just to get an idea of space. The brief we had was very clear about it being unique and memorable.
For Tammy's nature-inspired spa theme, she's making a feature of her bed with a hanging canopy.
It's always nice, isn't it, to have a lovely long piece of rope hanging from the ceiling and the billowy voile floating in the air.
It's quite dingy in there, isn't it? It's quite dark.
Down the hallway, the first coat of paint is going up in Rye's spa room.
A little bit of me is worried about the darkness of the colour and the darkness of the room, but I think I'm going to play that to my advantage and try and create more of an intimate, cosier space.
Rye's room will take inspiration from the surrounding countryside with a mossy green and clay pink colour palette. A bespoke sliding door will separate the main bedroom from a new walk-in wardrobe, and Rye's bed will become a focal point with oversized side tables and an upholstered headboard installation.
Maybe green is my signature colour. I just find it really calming and soothing. It's not going to be a boring white, sorry Peter, white space.
Hey Peter. Morning guys. Hopefully a nice easy one for you is we're going white.
Oh, excellent.
One same colour all the way around. You'll be done in 10 minutes, yeah? I can put you to good use somewhere else.
There's definitely the pressure this week. I am giving another white room. I hope the judges think that this is the appropriate time for me to really put my stamp on.
So this is where my kind of floating fake wall is going, and then the wardrobe will be hidden behind it. Okay, if that's good.
I want to eliminate clutter. People come on little staycations to get rid of stresses of home. They come here and it's just minimal and breezy, and that's exactly the vibe I wanted for the room.
In the opposite wing of the hotel, the maximalist designers are getting stuck in.
I don't know, I thought this would be easy.
You're working out.
Do I look like I work out?
Jack has made the bold decision to use large wardrobes to divide the room into zones, creating a dressing area.
That's about right.
The element of surprise is like you walk in to something unexpected, which is this like panelled wardrobe, and it's kind of like a little teaser to like what could be going on behind it.
Jack's wardrobes will divide the room to create a panelled dressing area. A cladded headboard will set the tone for the bedroom, which will also feature a wraparound forest mural. To finish, Jack will dress the walls with prints of Scottish flora and fauna.
Week on week, I feel like I have like pushed it a little bit, pushed the boundaries. I want to go big.
Look at the size of this. This is my Scottish lobster, and he's going to be gold by the end of tomorrow. I'm going to gold leaf him. He can have pride of place in the window until then, so everybody knows it's my room.
The lobster is just one part of Joanne's menagerie of maximalism that she's hoping will keep her off the dreaded sofa this week.
I've got 8 different fabrics. I've 2 different wallpapers, a gold leaf, feathers, more pom-poms than you've ever seen in your life. And I've got to do all this on my own in 2 days.
Next door, while the first splash of colour goes up, furniture painter Monica is in her element, working on her Gothic-inspired room.
This wardrobe is actually going to be a really important piece for this room, and this is what I do best, I think. Turn it into like a painting.
Monica's flexing her maximalist muscles by extending out an entire wall to create built-in wardrobes. A gold-leafed archway will frame the bed, tying in with a sunset orange ceiling. Textured wallpaper and a mural will zone the room, and Monica's finishing the space with upcycled antiques.
I can't actually do anything more to it.
But on her first job of the day, Monica's got a problem.
I was supposed to have a beautiful oil painting of a deer, but I realised that I left it at home. And so my lovely partner has shipped it early in this morning, and hopefully it will arrive in the hotel by tomorrow morning, so I can still do it, hopefully. And then in Polish, we hold our thumbs up. So hopefully it will come tomorrow.
Oh la la.
Down the hallway.
Every week is a complete blank sheet. So you're always starting from scratch.
Star pupil Tom is taking on maximalism with a plum and lavender scheme, inspired by the hotel's rugged surroundings.
Maximalism is not a natural thing for me, so I'm going to try and do that in my style. The brief is about Scotland, the wild outdoors, so I've been very inspired by rocks and stone and the architecture of Scotland, which we have here in the hotel, which is a beautiful Gothic revival hotel.
With the challenge well underway, it's time for me to check in on the designers. If I can find them. Must be round here somewhere. Where can it be? Where is this place? Sorry. Oh!
Looks good, doesn't it?
Yes.
Charlotte's new wardrobe is starting to take shape.
And there's wallpaper going on this, isn't there?
Yeah. Oh, there's a mural going on this side.
But that's not the only big build going on.
Charlotte!
Hi, Ellen.
What's going on? What's all this?
I'm just working on my vanity desk.
A vanity desk?
Yeah. So you can have it as a desk and do some work and look at this gorgeous view.
Oh, gorgeous, yeah.
And then you can open up the mirrors when you need to do your makeup.
Oh, so you can look at the beautiful view and then go, God, I'm gorgeous.
Yeah.
Mine's a bit more craggy than that.
But, you know, I really wanted to show Michelle something.
Yeah.
Last week she said I didn't do enough, so it was not the best boost to my confidence.
Oh, it's only because she cares. I mean, when she's really angry, lasers come out of her eyes.
OK, good. So I'll watch for the lasers.
She sorted my cataracts out once just by looking at me. But anyway.
That is absolutely gorgeous.
With a bit of bling on the walls.
I think gold's a neutral. It's like a princess woodland. It's sparkly.
Joanne can begin her long list of upholstery and the first of many patterns.
It's got birds, it's got thistles, it's got all lovely Scottish kind of things on. As you walk in my room, you will see the curtains and the pelmet and the gold dressing table. I think Michelle will see that I've pushed myself further and I've listened to her advice. Whether or not it's going to save me from the sofa, who knows? Because there will be 4 people on the sofa and 2 people are going home. That's a quarter of us going home. It's massive.
It's halfway through day 1.
Does it look like a rainy sky?
Yeah, it's great.
And the rooms are coming alive with colour.
And what's this colour? I've never seen it before. It's lovely.
So this is a colour called Silent Witness.
What's that, from the true crime range?
Whoa. It's like hellfires.
While Peter's getting a sneak peek at Monica's bold scheme.
Now the King of White came to visit my room.
So, the colour.
Tom is next door and is still mulling over his colour choice.
It's good. I think I'm happy. I think the room's going to be very colourful. And maybe I wasn't expecting that.
Tom! How you getting on?
Good, fine.
Tell us about these colours. Are you pleased with them?
They're a bit more punchy than I was hoping for. And this plum is a bit plum, and the lavender's a bit lavender.
I don't think they're crazy.
No, not by some standards. But I think for me, they feel a bit loud.
You had a face like a slap bum when they said about maximalist.
Well, I've decided not to take maximalism as my jumping-off point.
Ooh, you little rebel.
Because the initial thought of maximalism is gold and feathers and shiny things and cerise pink, and that's not my jam at all.
No. I've never seen you like this. You've always been so calm.
Yeah, I'm flustered this week.
Well, let's now leave you to it.
Ta-da!
Good luck, Tom.
Tom's done so well in the competition so far, but he's lacking confidence in his design this week. If he hasn't got any confidence in it, how are the judges going to? While Peter's spa retreat goes from white to white...
Have you made curtains before, Peter?
Yeah.
I have no clue what I'm doing.
In the sewing room, he's pushing the boat out with off-white curtains.
When my mum taught me how to make curtains, she taught me that you hide all the bits that you really shouldn't be seen. So I'm making sure I get all my folds and everything tidy, because we want 5-star here. Mum knows best. Trust her, listen to her, do exactly what she says.
Putting his moody room worries to one side, Rise outdoors, upholstering his curvy headboard.
So I decided to go with something organic and curvy to sort of mimic the hills. I don't know if they're classed as mountains. Are they big enough for mountains? Big hills. I have never upholstered before. It's the curvy bits that are the worst. Who on earth decided to do curves? Maybe here for a while.
Wrestling with one of her many fabrics is Joanne.
This week I am upholstery Joanne.
Adding a peacock design to her pattern clash, Joanne is revamping the existing hotel chairs.
I like upholstery. She's chilled and she's a lot more relaxed than painting Joanne. Painting Joanne's very sloppy. It's a well-known technique called making it fit. I've worked blooming hard this week. It's a bit baggy. It's all right.
Down the hallway.
Hi, guys.
Hiya.
Despite Monica's earlier hiccup, her trades are steaming ahead.
Way, you finished the ceiling. That's nice. Ian.
What?
It's not the right wallpaper for the wall.
You're kidding me.
But an oversight with the wallpaper has caused a setback.
No, it's not that wallpaper was supposed to go on that wall.
Oh,
And then the paneling was supposed to go on that wall.
With ambitious plans for the walls, one mistake has put Monica even more on the back foot.
I feel like maybe this is just my pattern. to have a really awful day one. Already in my head, I'm thinking compromises. What can I not do? What can I ditch and still have a good room at the end of it?
Wales probably ahead by about an hour or so. I'm now probably an hour or so behind.
As day one draws to a close, the designers in the maximalist wing are racing to finish their to-do lists.
So the shelves are in. I'm very happy right now.
The check is my nod to a bit of a tartan.
This might be my newfound skill this week.
With moments left, Joanne's still wielding a staple gun.
So hard, I'm exhausted. I've never worked this hard in my life before. Can I just sleep here in a corner until tomorrow?
And over in the spa wing, it's a flurry to finish too.
It's just so bulky for one person.
Plenty of storage.
Really nice, I love this.
What's more important here, guys? Time, perfection, time, all the way.
Absolutely perfect. It completely disappears. You wouldn't even know there's a wardrobe there. Good job, good job.
With wardrobe in and curtains ready, even by Peter's standards, the space is looking sparse.
We're near at the end of day one, and I have a plain white room. Totally intentional, but yeah, facts are facts. I'm always going to be nervous about the white walls. It is a risk doing minimalism because you have fewer moments to impress people.
And while some rooms are taking shape,
I'm a little more reassured than I was at lunchtime.
Go right to the top.
Monica is still behind schedule.
I'm looking at everything that has been done and everything that hasn't been done, and I am thinking to myself that maybe I was too ambitious. I just got so excited about this brief, and I really wanted to show everything that I can offer, and maybe it's too much. I did this to myself again.
It's day two. In just 12 hours, the designer's work will be under the critical eye of the judges.
Lots to do.
In the spa wing, Peter's on a mission to transform his room.
We have a lot of white going on, so I'm super excited to get some wallpaper for you.
Tammy's design is racing ahead.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
And the bed's coming in early so she can finish her ceiling canopy.
Right, let's go. D-Day.
As Rye works on his bespoke sliding door,
It's all in the prep work, and then the rest is smooth sailing.
he's still unsure about the lack of light in his room.
Is this an east-facing room? We'll just get Michelle to come and judge first thing in the morning.
And Charlotte's made a new friend in the sewing room.
This is my dressmaker's dummy, and I've named it Michelle.
Meanwhile, in the opposite wing, the maximalists are busy with their makes.
Yep, made all these with the little trims on.
With her upholstery finally nailed,
This is the dressing table out of MDF for kidney shape. I'm going to be gold leafing that as well.
Joanne needs to marry her maximalist menagerie with her eclectic decor.
There's all sorts going on to it. There's feathers, there's gold leaf, there's bespoke furniture, there's velvet, there's all sorts, pom-poms. I really, really want to stay in now. I really want to show people what I can do.
Meanwhile,
I have no idea what's going on anymore. I'm just lost.
Tom is still trying to muster some mojo for maximalism.
I feel like I'm in the dark zone. You know, everything's half painted or half done. I'm still waiting for all the other details to come together so that it feels like one big cohesive thing.
It's here. My dear decoupage is here. I'm so happy. All right. I need to see it.
Down the hallway,
Yay!
Monica can finally add her unique feature onto the wardrobe.
Oh, it's gonna look amazing. Oh, I'm so happy. In the brief, they said wild. How much more wild do they want? This is wild, right?
Along with his slate effect wallpaper,
It's quite dramatic.
Peter's using sustainable sculptures to de-white his space.
It'll be this gorgeous installation, and it's nice and breezy, nice and light, but it is durable grass, and hopefully it'll be that real wow impact when you walk into the room. I don't have the money to buy expensive things, so over time I've started to really appreciate
how cost-effective nature can be.
Hi, Peter.
Hi, love. How's it going?
It's all white. Shocker.
No.
Shocker. So how are you going to make it Scottish?
I'm bringing in a lot of what I think of as Scotland. I'm bringing in grass, wood.
Now, what is this, then? Is this just called grass?
It's actually pampas grass.
You know about pampas grass?
No.
If you put pampas grass in your window, it means that you pop your keys in the bowl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it means that
I
you're a
didn't know
swinger.
that. Oh, OK, well...
You're not putting it in your window,
no,
are
it's
you?
going on the wall.
Oh, it's not going to be very relaxing. Let's just say you'll have a queue of perverts.
Reception will be busy.
And if any strange men knock on the door, give them my number.
I will do.
Bye, love.
Bye.
Down the hall.
Hi, Monica.
Oh, hey, Alan. What do you think? Do you like it?
I love it. I really love it.
Monica's also been working on something horny.
I couldn't stop myself. So
Oh,
I
look
had
at
these. I think they're magnificent.
They are. Yeah, and
Don't
it's
wanna
Scottish.
say
It's
that.
like before and after.
Right, that's good, actually.
In Charlotte's spa room, big build's complete. She's turning her attention to the spiky symbol of Scotland.
I'm basing my whole design on the Scottish thistle because it's nature and it's calming.
And getting crafty with an old table.
I'm going to place these dried flowers in the table and then pour the epoxy resin on top, and it'll set clear and make a really pretty flower table. The ideal customers for that room is got to be two friends. They've had a treatment, they've got the vanity desk to get ready to go out on the town in Glasgow. Ooh! Oh. It's moving the flowers! I think I'm going to have to reposition the flowers. And then when they come home, they've got a chaise longue to kick back on, a resin table to admire. Should have time to set. Just enough. I hope I don't have a squashy table. It's good. Done!
Day 2 is in full swing.
Jack?
Oh, God.
Hi. Why is it so good? It's lovely. You're so clever.
It just needs to be centred, so as long as each side has the same amount of sort of stick.
I'm trying to pick up the colours of that mountainside out there.
Don't stop. You know, like, just keep going.
Yes! It's definitely my very subtle nod to tartan. Some would say it's not a tartan because it's a jack, but it's in the family.
In there.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Cool. So what you're at?
If I focus on the negativities, I'm just gonna crawl and collapse. So things are happening and I need to focus on that. We're getting stuff done. Done. We just have to keep the momentum going.
Should I be cutting away the plastic before we put a mattress on it?
No, we can cut that away later.
With her bed and clothes rails centred, Tammy's canopy supports can go into the ceiling.
Because there is a canopy, I always think, with four-poster beds, they always look so much more grand and sort of fun and like you're somewhere special when the bed is centred and in the middle of the room and you're sort of surrounded by all the fabric.
As her big idea comes to life, Tammy's got concerns.
I don't know if Michelle will like it. The only thing structurally that she might say is an issue, I guess, is the hanging rails. If people pull on them and they come out of the wall. But you would hope that because it's such a unique space, people respect that unique space. I mean, if you go into hotels in Bali or Thailand or places like that, they don't put chunky, huge furniture in there. OK.
Does it just clip on?
Just drops off.
Rye's door is ready to slide into his spa room.
Yes!
Lovely.
As the design comes together, his reservations are lifting.
With my dingy room, I've tried to incorporate that dinge and gone moody and a bit more softer and muted and calming. I feel like I'm finding my purpose. Like, I can do interior design. It's so pretty. Oh, yeah. A few weeks ago, I was in my bedroom surrounded by my plants in my parents' house in Kent. So I'm kind of like, how did this happen? But obviously I'm doing something right, so I'm just gonna keep on doing it and hoping for the best. Yeah.
As the rooms begin to take shape, the 5-star touches can begin.
So these are going in the navy bit. That's the little gallery moment.
I look like Eric Morecambe.
Cool.
I think that's about bang on right.
That was extreme, actually.
We can't be up that more.
We can't get the staff.
In Joanne's room,
Creepers.
Bespoke builds her in and no surface is safe from her maximalist makeover.
These are lampshades and they are pheasant feathers, Scottish outdoors. I need to stop rushing because when I rush, things get sloppy. This one looks like it's been in an accident. It looks like roadkill. I have got a lot going on in here, but it all goes with each other. That's maximalism. Ta-da!
While Jack's wardrobe cum headboard is taking shape,
Hello.
Hey, Jack.
I've come to have a nose.
he's in the spa wing getting a sneak peek at how Charlotte's rearranged her room.
Oh, I like the landscape.
Do you like that?
Yes, yeah. So you have done what I've done.
Yes.
And put your bed in the middle of the room.
It just gives you like more space to do things.
I love it.
Yeah.
You've done really good. I really like Charlotte's room. I love the mural and I love the colour palette. I just wondered why you would not have the bed facing the view. Like, I'd want to wake up and have a cup of tea and look out on this incredible landscape rather than waking up and looking at the toilet.
This is sort of the inspiration. For me, this looks like some sort of rock formation. I'm like Staple Gun happy. She is bright, she is fun, she's in the sun.
With pops of colour going in, Tom's getting a fresh perspective on his scheme.
The colours were too bright. But then when we started adding in the check from the curtain and the yellow sofa, all those bright colours were then moody and dirty, and all the yellows and whites were bright. So it did exactly what I had intended it to do from the beginning. I just forgot to trust the journey.
Moments left and the designers race to complete their first solo challenge.
My Scottish lobster is now a golden Scottish lobster.
There's my corner of Scottishness.
Down a bit. Down a bit.
Here she goes in her little lit up corner.
So I'm doing fine. I don't even know I'm rushing. I basically just need to make the bed.
I have no idea how to style a 5-star hotel. I'm quite happy with it, actually. It looks nice, doesn't it?
Oh, it's me done.
There's a lot going on, but it all works.
Yeah. I'll be here if you need me.
Joining Michelle is a guest judge who needs little introduction. Famed for his trademark use of pattern, this award-winning interior designer is no stranger to transforming commercial spaces. It's Matthew Williamson.
So, Matthew, here we are in Scotland, and this is a pretty grand hotel. It's got a wealth of Gothic details. If I was those designers, I think I'd feel a little bit daunted rocking up here.
Yes, it could be daunting, but at the same time, I think it's really exciting. This is really an opportunity to go for it.
Half of the designers have been briefed to design a room for the visitor seeking a spa retreat,
Right.
while the other 4 are designing for someone that's maybe after a more kind of quintessential Scottish outdoors experience.
Okay.
And in that, I'm looking for something a little bit more maximal. So it's going to be really interesting to me how they managed to do that while always remembering that it's all about the location.
It's taking those codes, but playing with those sensitively so it's not that sort of obvious cliche.
And it needs to be quality as well. I mean, this is a 5-star hotel.
I think Michelle is really into where you put things in a space, but then she also wants to see builds. So I don't know whether she's going to appreciate that or say you've put the bed in the wrong place.
Okay.
So this is Charlotte's room.
Right.
And last week, she put all her energy into like one teeny piece of design and forgot the sense of the room that she was trying to devise completely.
Okay.
So walking in, I get the sense that she's really tried to make a sense of room, a whole space this time.
So a lot of progress there.
I can see what Charlotte's done there. She's made a big design decision. She's changed the position of the bed and then added kind of sneaky storage behind it, which is the kind of move that I'm expecting to see from our designers.
Yeah.
But the tricky bit is that has then meant she's facing a wall with nothing on it.
Exactly.
Whereas traditionally you'd put the bed facing the incredible views.
That thing, isn't it, of when you design things on paper, in your head, on a mood board is one thing, then it's coming to the space and seeing if what you've got in your mind's eye is actually going to work in that three-dimensional space.
I feel like I must applaud Charlotte's ambition. I can see what she's really tried to do here. She's tried to show me that she can design as well as decorate with this storage unit, with the kind of the dressing table.
Those two design features are really clever. I just wish the bed was facing it.
More rooms to see, shall we?
I'm looking forward to it.
I absolutely love my space. I'm very proud of myself. I would happily live there. Yeah, I'd love to live there. I mean, I've got a hot tub outside my window. Who wouldn't?
Oh, that's interesting. So this is Rye's spa room, and I'd say he's pretty zen, pretty relaxed, so I imagine this brief was right up his street.
You definitely get that sense, don't you, of a relaxed spa-like space.
I'm loving the playfulness of this kind of headboard and the sort of the curvy kind of features that echoes what I've just seen on the door over there.
Yeah, it's a really clever little trick, isn't it? These organic shapes. I love the sort of mural behind you. It's quite a bold statement of nature indoors.
Well, I have to say, in Rye's first challenge, he had the design ideas, but it was a little bit cold.
Okay.
And so now I'm kind of seeing the colour, the texture, the warmth. So I think by week 3, I'm seeing an improvement that's very impressive.
Absolutely.
I hope the judges feel that sense of breath in the room and that it's not too empty. So I hope that they get what I was going for.
This is very fresh and bright.
Isn't it just? Yeah, absolutely.
Does not surprise me that Peter has painted it white, though. That's very much his vibe. He was literally like, yes, when he got the spa brief.
I like the white, though. It makes all these colours pop somewhat.
I'm liking the fact that I've got the wallpaper behind the bed and also kind of reflecting the bed. That's a kind of nice little bit of sort of unusual symmetry that I think is quite fun.
It's got a real sculptural, modern quality to it. I quite like that art gallery look.
Ever so slightly for me on empty, though. I don't know whether it's like I would have liked some kind of textural big cushions on here or a little bit more colour and fancy on the kind of the grey sofa. A big flat lay rug that could have just kind of created this zone around the bed and under kind of lapped the sofa would also help kind of make this space feel less empty. There's just one note more of richness and warmth that I would have liked to have seen from him.
Yeah.
Are we feeling enough Scottish influence?
I would say so, in a very contemporary way. There's clearly a palette from nature.
It's very simple, but it's pretty classy.
I wanted you to feel like you're in nature, that you're calm. The materials I used were to reflect that. It's a calming space, and the minute you walk through the door, you'd be quite hard-pressed not to be at peace.
Where have you gone, Michelle?
I'm here behind the
are.
wafty drapes. Now, I have to tell you straight off, Matthew, that Tammy is a lawyer. No kind of professional training whatsoever in interiors. It's just it's like her passion project.
OK, well, that's interesting, isn't it? What a good job, then, if she's not done this before.
I'm kind of seeing the relief on the walls, that she's built things, the tables, even the headboard.
I love it. I think it's such a great piece, so unique. It's nice to see someone do something with the bed.
I'm not keen on the drapes from a very practical point of view that I can't then see the room.
It's that thing, isn't it, about of style and then versus practicality.
I can also see that she's understanding about introducing that kind of low-level colour on the skirting, but then also painted the ceiling, this kind of really beautiful blue colour. That's the last of our spa-themed rooms. Let's go check out something a little more maximalist.
I really feel like I've hit the brief. I feel like I've created a beautiful atmospheric space that is memorable.
Interestingly, Tom has been a really confident designer, and I can tell that he's struggled with this brief.
OK.
I mean, it's that thing, again, where someone goes, oh, maximalism, it's not my vibe. But it's just a way of using your interior design palette.
It's interesting you say he wasn't keen on it because he's done a brilliant job. It feels really high-end to me.
Does it? Because I'm looking at this wall and I agree. I think the bed head, like that, love an oversized headboard. Really don't like the wallpaper behind it, though. That drops the whole thing down to me because we've got these lovely colours being introduced elsewhere and the kind of fabric and texture.
Yeah.
But I find that really dull and quite surprising. There's a kind of language of colours that starts off one way, but then throw in gingham curtains, I'm not getting that at all. Throw in the yellow with the orange cushions, I'm not working with that as well.
But the things that you don't like, I quite like those things. That amazing yellow sofa, that's quite a bold, confident designer that knows to put something like that in the space to really jolt the eye. I think the palette's wonderful.
The standard of the designs is kind of extraordinary, so I've got to be really diving deep into what works, what doesn't work and why.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's got thistles, it's got the lobster, and it's got a stag's head, and it's got pheasant feathers. So yeah, it really does meet the brief, and it's maximalist.
Now, I said to Joanne I wanted her to go big, I wanted her to go bold.
OK.
She has not disappointed me on that.
No, indeed. It's big, it's bold, for sure. Is it good, though? This brief, maximalism, it's interesting because you think it's all bets off, go for it, just anything will work. And I don't think that's the case.
If you get the tones and colours right, yes, you can mix dots and flowers and stripes and everything, but if the colours are a bit off, it won't hang together as well.
I think there does need to be a really close dialogue between all the different elements. I'm not convinced, for example, by the shades with the lobster, the artwork, for example, as a collective, cohesive story.
I completely agree. Poster, to me, is not a five-star hotel. We've got a nod to surrealism here, which is telling a completely different story. What I'm loving, though, is in week one, Joanne kind of shopped rather than designed. And I see that she's really absorbed all of those lessons because she's designed things. I think there are some moves here that, with time and experience and more confidence, she would understand that she may have gone slightly in the wrong direction.
OK.
I've ended on the high. And for the first time for this competition, I feel quite confident. Maybe it's because I have basically recreated my own home in a hotel room.
Wowzers.
Dana. OK. Interesting.
It's going to shock you, though. I kind of really like it.
That does come as a shock, Michelle. Explain more. Why?
There's something about if I'm coming away to a hotel, I want it to be memorable. It's big, it's bold, it's a statement. She's painted the wardrobe, she's added wallpaper, but it does hang together. She's succeeded.
I totally agree, actually. The essence, the theme, the idea, the concept that she had in her head makes a lot of sense. It all stacks up. I think you're going to love it or loathe it. I don't know if I'm in the love it camp, and I think that's largely due to the finish, perhaps.
I'm sensing that Monica has a bit of an issue with time management. It's been a little bit of a consistent theme so far, but I think that's why some of the finish isn't quite as polished as we would have liked. I think this is a clever build, building out this whole wall so that she can kind of sneak wardrobe space behind it and kind of make a kind of reverse headboard. I haven't seen any of the other designers do that. One more room to see then.
What I love about the space now is it feels almost like the room's bigger, but in a much nicer way, because it's like a journey. I'm really chuffed with it, really, really chuffed.
Oh, that's a bold statement, isn't it? Turning the storage around so it makes a kind of backboard for the bed.
Yeah, isn't that a lovely idea? I really like that element of surprise when you come in this space, you don't initially know what you're going to see, and then this is revealed.
Yes, because it's quite something to actually not let you see the view, but then you get little hints of it with the wallpaper that's kind of wrapping around us. That's pretty clever.
Yeah, there's lots of beautiful things in this space.
It's about the additional detail. I mean, instead of just giving us a flat wall, we've kind of got it articulated with this. The front of the cupboards had the mouldings on, so it gives it, again, a kind of its own texture. We've got multiple textures going on here.
Such lovely finesse and fine detail touches. Exactly the things you're looking for in a luxury hotel.
So, Matthew, 8 different rooms, 2 very different briefs, 8 really different approaches to the problems.
Absolutely.
I think we've got quite a bit of discussing to do.
Let's do it.
OK.
Before the designers return to Michelle's design studio, a moment to check out the competition.
Too many things to look at. It's gorgeous. I feel threatened now.
Do you?
Yeah, this makes me worried.
I don't feel threatened.
Do you not? Why?
I feel like I've walked into somebody's living room.
Oh, wow.
This
I'm instantly calmed.
What do you think of the grass?
I like the grass.
Looks a bit like my hair.
Your hair's a bit more moist, shall we say.
I don't know whether too much space has been dedicated to this storage.
I'm not really into this. Oh. Oh, shit. Peter. Peter.
Oh, how unfortunate.
Is it memorable? Yes.
There's a lobster on the table. Everyone's going to remember that.
Oh, I want to stay in the room with the gold lobster.
I have to say, I don't get it, but it's here and it's making that room memorable so much.
Both our rooms have a similar vibe. This room feels more woodsy, and my room feels a bit more refined.
Yeah. Right, come on.
Come on, off we go. Spot of golf. Bloop.
It's results day, and with a double elimination, nerves are on edge. Who is one step closer to that dream contract, and which 2 designers will be going home?
How are you feeling, Monica?
Oh, I'm just a ball of nerves.
It never gets easier, does it? No. It never gets easier. Yeah, I think it's hit the brief. It's Scottish, it's outdoors, it's memorable. The lobster's memorable, isn't it?
Well, there'll be 6 of us left over.
I know, 2's gone home.
Selfishly, I feel fine because I don't think I've got to be on the sofa.
This is 50-50 now, literally. You're either top or bottom.
So black and white, it's like this or this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't face it again. If I'm on the sofa, obviously I'm going to fight, you know? It's within me to do that, so I will try and fight my corner.
Hi, guys. So, what did you think of Scotland? Did you enjoy it?
Yes. Great.
4 designers today will be taking the high road into next week. However, 4 of you will be taking the low road into Michelle's office. The judges felt all of the rooms succeeded in meeting the assigned brief, however, with varying degrees of success. 2 rooms, though, deserve a special mention. Congratulations, Rye and Jack. Well done.
Thanks, guys.
Also through are Monica.
Oh, that's a shock.
And Tammy.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm shocked.
Well done.
Thank you.
Sadly, that means Peter and Charlotte and Joanne and Tom. Michelle would like to speak to you all in her office, and 2 of you will be leaving the competition. Good luck.
Thanks, Alan. Well, Tom.
Big surprise, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a reason. We'll find out what it was.
How do you feel?
Oh, well, I expected it, so. How about you, Peter?
Took a risk, and I have to own that, and I will.
Joanne?
Getting used to it.
2 words. Tom, why? What's Tom doing in the bottom 4?
This challenge was about theming, and it's a tricky one, but it is something that designers have to learn to do. So the 4 people that I've chosen to come to the sofa, I think they all really struggled with that. And Tom has shown us a lot of confidence before, but you're only as good as your last project, and I think he was scared by this one.
And Joanne, poor old Joanne, third time lucky she's on the sofa again.
I just love chatting with her.
Yeah.
People really trip up with maximalism. They think it's more is more is more and I've got to clash, but you still have to abide by the rules of design, flow. There should be a common language. And I think that subtlety was a bit missed by her.
It felt a little random, the choices from the poster to the lobster to the bed linens. So I think her journey is about now trying to home in on her choices.
Now, I really like Charlotte's room. I love the mural. And that vanity mirror, that was clever. What's she doing in the bottom for?
I think she took a risk by moving the bed, because we found ourselves standing in that room redesigning it in our heads. And I think, well, that's not really a good sign, because it just didn't quite work.
I think she had stuck in her mind that she'd build that cabinet. It became quite a dominant piece in the room, so there's little room left to do anything else.
Yeah. So Peter's back with another white room.
It's a brave choice to go for white when everyone else is kind of mining the depths of colour. But there's a way to do white that still has kind of warmth and texture and kind of feeling, and I don't think he's quite learnt that bit yet. They've all done some brilliant ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, but at this stage, already, we're literally debating details.
Yeah.
It's extraordinary, really.
The standard's really high, isn't it?
Really high. How do you meld your personal style with some very specific visual requests from the client? And you four are here because while you did some brilliant things and had showed me some great ideas, I got the sense that all four of you struggled with this very crucial aspect of the brief. So that really is what I want to talk about. So if we start with our two spa peoples, maybe Peter, we'll go with you.
Sure.
I knew that you were really excited by the spa brief. This was very much talking to your kind of personal style. But white, it was a bold choice.
From a practical point of view, the ceilings in that room were quite low, so I wanted white on the ceilings to make the space feel fresh and open. I love those peaceful, calming kind of aesthetics.
One person's zen could be another person's empty.
I really enjoyed your space. I thought it was really crisp and clean. I think we're talking about those little details, those sort of extra final layers.
Like, I would have loved a huge rug, some more cushions, a bit more dressing on the bed to give me that luxe feel.
Sure, I appreciate that, yeah.
So Charlotte, and I felt you also took a big risk because you decided to totally reorient your bed. Do you feel, though, that that compromised the way that the room worked?
I hadn't quite appreciated from what I'd seen how good the view is. I did really toy with the idea, should I be moving this bed? But my design was the wardrobes behind, and I just wouldn't have had enough space to do it that way.
It's a kind of tried and tested thing that the bed faces a view of some sort. It doesn't have to be a physical view. So you had two blank walls. And that, to me, was the issue, that even though you decided to leave the bed where it was, it's like, OK, fine, then give me something else to look at.
I knew that that was going to be an issue, but I took a risk with that view.
OK. Maximalists. Joanne, I know that you previously described yourself as a maximalist, so can you talk me through what is your understanding of that word as a style?
I think maximalism is lots of different patterns and textures that all work together.
When we were in your room, it was like, OK, the gold worked with the headboard, loved the little pom-poms around it. But then if I jumped to the bottom of the bed, if I took that fabric that you draped over the bed and put it up by the headboard, the discord is starting, and I throw in something else, it's like, oh, no, we've gone off a little bit more. Particularly for a hotel as well. You walk through that door and you want it to just go, oh, my God, that's so beautiful. Ooh, and a little bit of spice. Not like, wow, bling wallpaper and thistles. And that's slightly what happened when we walked into your room. Tom, I know you were not thrilled to get that brief.
Maximalism wouldn't be my natural zone to be working in. I didn't want to create that sort of over-the-top, flamboyant atmosphere. I thought that would be completely inappropriate for a five-star hotel in Scotland.
I get that. That maximalism was quite a key word. Somehow I just detected a kind of, you kind of went for it and then you went, oh, no, I can't do that. And then you kind of went for it and then you pulled back again. So there was that glorious wall with the tapestry, and I loved those kind of like bruisey colours with the blue. Flip over here, and suddenly you've added a yellow sofa, which to my read was like, oh, I've got to go maximism. I need to do something a bit louder. So is my read of the kind of you're working around the room correct?
You're almost correct. It started off from the yellow sofa. That was my first purchase. So I now need to work this yellow sofa into the scheme that I'm creating. So I think the curtains and the colours went together, and the curtains and the yellow went together, but I totally get that they maybe didn't join in the middle correctly.
I think Michelle and I have slightly different opinion on the space, if I can just say, because I loved it. I loved that sofa. I thought it was so uplifting and vibrant and really necessary in that space.
Yeah.
It was necessary because he had a big grey blank wall.
Well, that's balance through my eyes.
It's a really tough one this week because, as you know, I'm going to send 2 of you home. And I really feel that because I know how hard you are all working. The first person I'll be sending home this week is Joanne. And I tell you, I have loved chatting with you every week because you are growing, and I have no doubt that you are going to continue growing. You're just learning and learning and learning, and it is about the kind of the subtlety and the precision of a palette is almost like it's the last bit that you kind of really need to learn.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you. I do feel like I've learnt so much from you, and I've really taken on board everything that you've said, so thank you for that.
So the second person going home, and I'm sorry it has to be 2, is Charlotte.
It's okay. Thank you so much. I've learnt so much. It's been such a good experience. And everyone is just so incredible that, yeah, it's been amazing. So thank you.
My daughters are going to be, they already are proud of me. I've shown them that you can say yes and have adventures and do the unexpected, and that's what I want them to do. So, yeah, I think they're already proud of me.
There's such a high standard that I'm quite pleased with the feedback, and I've learnt from them already. So, yeah, I'm feeling okay about going.
Both Charlotte and Joanne were great. They've shown me that they can listen and take on board feedback. But unfortunately, this week, their fellow designers also stepped up a gear, and they were both just pipped at the post on details.
Next time,
It's a bit posh. I feel a little bit out of place.
the designers hit the high street and double up.
I can't stand it.
To transform these shabby shops
That's good.
into dazzling destination stores.
Very you.
That is me.
Howdy, boys!
You know what?
No confidence left.
I hope there's World War III in this shop at some stage.
Oh, shit!